Before we will start, let us have a prayer first. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and for the many blessings that we have received. We ask that you would bless the work that we do here in our online class and give us patience, courage, and perseverance to face whatever challenges that may come. Please bless our students with wisdom so that they may learn from each other and from the instructor. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
Good afternoon,
afternoon,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Afternoon. So,
Afternoon,
good
ma'am.
afternoon. So sorry, for not being able to meet with you last week. Supposedly, we're going to meet last Wednesday, and then na-move ta siya to Friday because of conflict sa inyong nga schedule sa other nga subject. So, subong pa lang ta mag-meet. We only meet once a week. That is why 3 hours ang class, no? Nga no 3 hours ang class, it's because your subject or your course, THC4, so remember ha, in college, we call our subjects as courses and our course as program. So if they will ask you what is your program, you will answer BS Hospitality Management. If they will ask you what are the courses that you are enrolled in, so muna siya THC4, THC9, TPC9, kanang mga subjects nga naa sa inyo nga program, which is hospitality management. So the main reason why we have online synchronous classes, it's because I'm living from San Carlos City. No, I'm from San Carlos City, and usually when we travel here to Sagay, kung mag-take me og bus, maabtan siya og at least 2 hours and a half, depending na siya sa kapaspason sa bus, no. So please forgive me if there are times that you cannot really understand my language, since here in San Carlos City we are facing the province of Cebu. That is why we are Bisaya, no. So magbinisaya me, we cannot speak Hiligay
Yun,
noon.
ma'am.
I can understand
Sabot naman ko, ma'am.
uh so I can understand Hiligay noon, but I have a hard time speaking it, no. So as much as possible I will be speaking in English as well. And then again, just a reminder for to
Madami
avoid
ko.
disruptions in the classes
Nagugulong ko,
and
ma'am.
for your
Hindi na
classmates
magugulong.
to understand me, kindly keep your microphone on mute at all times, ha? Okay, para at least we can understand each other. Okay. So, please keep your microphone on mute so that dili siya mo overlap sa ako ang audio. Okay? Thank you. So, 3 hours siya kay 3 units man ang inyong course nga THC4. Okay? And then, 1 unit is equivalent to 1 hour nga lecture. Since 3 units man ang kaninga course, THC4 macro perspective, so we should have a discussion per week of 3 hours. Since we cannot meet every MW or TTH, so that is why ginatingog siya og 3 hours, because I have to also teach other sections, no? I teach section A, B, C, and until D. Last year, I taught 5 subjects, no? Handle ko 5, no, not 5 subjects, 5 sections sa first year in CARES 101. So, subong 4 na lang siya ka sections, no? So, okay man sa ako, at least I can rest every Wednesday. So, we will just have a very short orientation. I will be introducing myself, and then also, I will be laying down the groundwork for our course policies so that we can keep a conducive learning environment, conducive online learning environment throughout the entire semester. So, welcome to THC4, Macro Perspective of Tourism and Hospitality. THC4 is your course code, and then the course description is mo siya ng macro perspective. In the subject, you'll be able to learn about the hospitality and tourism industry. So, later on, after the orientation, I will be introducing to you what is the tourism and hospitality industry, and unsay iyahang kalahian. At the same time, why are they so dependent on each other. Okay, kaya the tourism industry cannot exist without the hospitality industry. The hospitality industry cannot exist without the tourism industry. So later on, after sa orientation, I'll be able to discuss all of that. So very late na kung welcome back to school, no? we opened the school year with a very tragic event. I already shared sa inyo ha, no, sa group chat what happened to our institution. Thankfully, we have another campus, although private school man me. So, naka-open me earlier than Nonescos. We started 7, August 7, and then 14 man ang Nonesco. So, that's why nakastay pa og usa ka semana amo ang freshman student sa campus before to siya natabo. So, on my case, I was supposedly going to welcome you last week, but since mo to siya, I wasn't able to do that. So, karon pa ko maka-welcome back sa inyo ha. So, I'm actually a new teacher. Na ako sa Nonascos last year. Pero second semester na ko nagsulod. Wait lang. So second sem na ko nagsulod sa Nonascos. No, supposedly mo handle man tani ko og macro perspective last year pa jud first semester, but I declined because during that time mo papagbalik na mo sa face to face. At the same time I don't know if it's a promotion, but I was given another responsibility to carry the BSBA program, no? Kay BSTM man ko before, and then nag-add pa rin sa ako ang load ang BSBA program. So, you had to handle 2 programs under the College of Business and Management. So, my name is Miss Saibel Ann A. Ramirez. You can call me Miss Sai for short. Okay? So, pwede raman, no? Miss Sai, para di na siya ding anak ka wordy, no? Or taas kaayo. A little information about me. I'm also a hospitality management graduate from Consolatrix College of Toledo City, a sister school of Colegio de Santa Rita, the school where I am teaching right now. No, so I graduated last 2017. So I am 26 years old. I'm still considered a part of the Generation Z. So apil pa Japon ko sa inyuhang generation, and then right after college, I decided to enroll in the postgraduate studies, no? So I took up Master in Business Administration, major in Hotel and Tourism Management at the University of Negros Occidental, Recoletos. I finished my degree in NBA, HTM, so shortcut sa Master of Business Ad, major in Hotel and Tourism. So I finished my MBA degree last 2021. That same year, I also finished my professional teaching program. I took units in education so that I will be qualified to take the board licensure exam for teachers sa PRC. So I took up 24 units. It took me a year to finish the entire professional teaching program, and right after that, no, ning take din ko board exam sa 2022, no. Specifically kon siya October 2022. So that same year, 2021, I also finished my 3-day training and exam in American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute in partnership of Asia World Hospitality. And then, mo na siya, pagkapasar na ko, I was able to earn the CGSP title, or Certified Guest Service Professional title, from ALE, or American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute. So the following year, I took the board licensure exam pag October. Can you mute your microphone? Hindi siya wait lang. Ay, ga-unmute pa gid. Okay na. So, muna siya, no, I took the board licensure exam last year, October, and then ang result, nagawa siya pag December 2022. So, currently, I'm taking up Doctor of Management program, major in Business Administration in line with my MBA degree in GSU. So, na-complete na ko ang 39 units. So, CAR na ko, no, complete academic requirement. Dissertation or thesis na lang ang kulang for me to finish my doctorate degree. Currently, I'm working as the program head of the College of Business Administration, and I handle 2 programs under the College of Business Business Administration and Management, and that is Tourism Management and Business Administration. So, duha. Okay? So, duha ka program ang ginhandle ko. So, gikuha ko sa Nonascos because your program head, Dr. Melbert, used to teach also in Colegio de Santa Rita back when it was still pandemic pa nga time, no? And then when he was promoted as program head, so he had to give up his teaching loads in Colegio de Santa Rita or in CSR para makafocus siya full-time as the program head. So in fact, busy kayo si Doc Mel nowadays, no? And then he decided to um, get me as one of the teachers for HM. I declined last year first sem, and then second sem nangulit na pud balik si Sir Mel. So I can't say no to him man pud, no. He's a very good friend. He has given me a lot of opportunities as well. And then dako kay siya natabang sa amo ang school, so I cannot actually say no. And I'm also looking forward to meet the hospitality management students sa NUNESCO. So I had a really great time last year with my 5 sections sa HM1. So current HM2 na sila. So hopefully, I will still get to teach CARES 101 just like last year in ka second sem na ninyo, no? Kay CARES 101 is offered man pod sa freshman students in the second sem. So before we'll proceed with our lesson 1 for THC4, I will just explain to you some of the guidelines in our online classroom. So I cannot actually travel, no, like medyo layo-layo kaayo ang sagay. I have to travel 2 hours and a half depending sa kapaspason sa bus. So kung mugikan kog 5, siguro pag-abot ako igo ra ta mumit og 30 minutes, so manaday klase uli na pud ko pabalik sa San Carlos. So I cannot actually do that since I'm teaching from Monday to Friday. Saturday I have dissertation og doctorate pud nga mga responsibilities. I need to check and grade papers, so medyo difficult pa pud kaayo sa ako to conduct face-to-face classes. So for now, most especially karon na nga we are adjusting in the new campus. Kulang kaayo mi sa mga facilities, so I'm still trying to help the students adjust. So for now, we will just have our online sessions. I understand 3 hours can be very tiring. Na at times nga mag-screen fatigue ta, or it can become like information overload na on our part. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have a break in between our class. So for example, I will have like an hour and a half or an hour lecture. We'll take a 30-minute break. So you can like spend that time to get away from the device, syempre, no, para to rest your eyes, or water break baron, or mukaon baka, no, whatever it is nga, at least dili siya straight nga klase lang jud, no, kay like kanina I had my straight 3 hours class with the education students. Medyo tiring kayo to siya, so in between na po yung mga breaks, no, naapod may mga activities nga ipahimo sa ilaha, so that dili po kaayo siya ing ana ka stressful. So we're going to also do that here in our online class. You just have to make sure that you have to come back, and when you come back, same ra Japon, no, you have to be attentive Japon sa klase, maminaw ra Japon mo. So I'm really not fond of giving you modules and then kamo na mag-answer. Usually I explain what is in the module. I have PowerPoint presentations, ga-elaborate ko ana, I give out examples which are not found in the module or in the slides, so that pang dungag na lang siya, no, pang supplement na lang siya sa discussion nako. And then maka-add pod sa inyo nga information about the hospitality and tourism industry. So as much as possible, it is advisable for you to attend synchronous classes. If dili jud madala ang connection, please inform me, and you have to be honest about it. Okay? Anyway, at the end of the day, kamo ra may gailad sa inyong kaugalingon, no. I don't know what is the Hiligaynon word for ilad, pero kamo ra gailad sa inyong kaugalingon, no, because I'm here teaching you about hospitality and tourism industry, and if you're not accountable for your own learning, you're not responsible enough to listen to me and magstay jud until the end of the class, then you will really learn nothing from my class. So kani siya, kuan man ni siya, it entails your cooperation as well. So I'm teaching you, at the same time you cooperate by listening, okay, and also doing activities and submitting them on time. So in here, I'll be giving out some policies for our online class, so that we can have a conducive online learning environment, and we cannot disrupt pod ang ato ang mga classmates, especially online, no, dili man ko ka-control ninyo dira. You are at your respective homes, so we will just lay on some groundwork, no, para at least smooth sailing ta all throughout the entire semester. So our virtual learning community is expected to act in a manner that is respectful student and teachers of the learning process, the instructor and their fellow students. So character formation remains our priority. The mere fact that pati sa online class no gina-discipline mo to become respectful students as well as diligent students kay madala mangguna ninyo na siya even after college or when you have your internship if inyuhan na siyang ma-practice ang kanang character or value of being diligent and being respectful and patient during our online class, then once you go in your respective nga mga industries, no, once you have your OJT, then madala nimo na siya nga kind of value and character. So, policies are there not to restrict you, but to discipline you so that when you go in your OJT, no, magtumog Boracay or Cebu or Manila kung asa mo ibutang sa inyong OJT coordinator, you will also become respectful and disciplined individuals. Okay? So, treat your online learning classroom as any regular classroom. There are policies in your regular classroom. So, same naman po siya kung naata sa online class. So, every learner in our class must demonstrate honesty, responsibility, and integrity. So, yun say honesty, no? So, kung madala jud nga makasulod man ka na amang kay Wi-Fi connection sa inyo ha, then you try to attend our classes. Pero if for example nga murag gitamad ra ka pero maski naamang gug kay means good to attend the online class, mamakak na lang ka to get out of the online class, please do not do that. Like what I've said, alkansi kaayo ka because you will miss out on lessons and naraman magpadayon naman siya pong kog tudlo no nya ikaw dako na kay kag na miss out sa classes because you chose no you decided not to attend because di mo ka ginahan no. So anyway, di man po ko alkansi ana no. I am here to teach students who are really willing to listen to me. Okay? And you have to be again responsible learners no kay dili naman wala naman mi dira pud sa inyong tagsa-tagsa nga balay nga mo remind ninyo. So you have to be accountable and responsible for your own learning. Treat one another fairly with respect and dignity. So, dili pwede nga we disrespect our other classmates. So, again, kung unsa nga tong batasan sa college, we can sometimes bring that one once we have our OJT or once we become professionals after we graduate. So, as much as possible, we respect one another. If we feel that we have this feeling that we want to disagree with our classmates, do so respectfully. Okay, respect one another's rights as well as their ideas and beliefs. So this is a callback to the second one, no? Treat one another fairly with respect and dignity. The fourth one is respect all copyright laws. Now, we're all aware of ChatGPT, no? And dili man ko ana mo restrict sa inyo ha because it's inevitable, no? Technology is there to enhance our lives, no? At the same time, di man nato mapugngan ang pag-develop sa technology. All we have to do is just be responsible in using technology and artificial intelligence. Even though as much as we like using AI because it basically solves any problems that we have, we still have to remember going back to being accountable and responsible to your own learning. Okay naman na kung magamit tag AI as long as you can still understand what the AI is giving to you no mohatag siya information dira sa imuha dili lang nga copy paste lang without understanding what you are copying and pasting there no. You've read what is in the AI, you've understood its context, and then you know also how to explain it, meaning there is still learning. AI is there to assist you but it is not there to replace you or replace your thinking. You still need to think as college students. Dili man na all the time we have to be dependent on technology. It is there to assist us, but most of the time we do the thinking. Okay? So it's okay to have AI, but dapat kabalo Japon mo rephrase. Okay man na equilbot pero kabalo pod mo interpret, mo contextualize, mintag contextualize gani we know how to explain what is written from the AI. We know how to we understand it and we know how to explain it because kwan man no kanang we've read it and then ato man siyang gi-integrate sa tong minds no gi-absorb man nato siya. It's not just kuan lang no nga kanang murag passive lang ka nga copy paste, you're not even reading what you are copying, di ba? Another kuan pod sa copyright laws no, actually naka-mention ko na balik mata siya sa academic integrity itong AI, but for copyright laws, take for example, you decided not to take your information from AI, nag-google ka, then kuha ka sa article. Now what you have copied there from the article is not your own idea. It's the idea of another person. And you will be committing plagiarism or copyright infringement if you don't know how to cite your sources. So we have to respect all copyright laws. Iyahan ng intellectual property. O take for example, ikaw gahimo sa essay, unya imong classmate ang mooy ning copy sa imong essay, siya ning una og pass sa imong teacher. Siya nakakuha siya perfect score, ikaw giziruhan noon ka kay naalaan ka nga nagkopya sa iya ha. So how would you feel? Diba? You would feel very insulted or hurt. So in the internet, no, we have to respect copyright laws. These ideas that you got from someone else, that is not your own idea. So you're just merely getting that idea and you're imuha siyang ikuan. Yes? John Emmer, you want to raise a concern? Or napindot lang? Okay. So, you have to also respect copyright laws, no? Kinahanglan pud nga we have to cite them properly. Ibutan nimo dira ang iyang, di man yung credits to the owner lang, no? But I mean like nakabutan dira paragraph, this article or this paragraph was taken from the study of Moni Mauna. So when we do assignments, we have to do that. We have to respect all copyright laws. When we do our assignments, sabi sa THC4, if nakagikuha from an article and it is not yours, you cite it properly. Okay? Butang kag in-text citation. Or mabutang lang ka dira, na imo siyang i-credit nga according to the article I've read from Moni Mauna, at least ba, you will know that the entire assignment na ay part of it that is not from your own idea pero nagbasa ka and imo rang gikuan as basis. Okay? So again, let us still be respectful and responsible users of technology. Sorry, napaos na ko no, straight klase. So, respect personal information and the privacy of others. As much as possible, the links in our Google Classroom and even in our Google Meet, please do not share it with other students who are not enrolled or is not a part of your section sa BSHM 1C. That will be a violation of the Data Privacy Act. As much as possible, we keep all of the necessary information within our section alone. Okay? Hindi pwede ikatag sa uban. Next, be courteous and polite at all times, especially in email exchanges and comment section. So, syempre, no, I do appreciate some students from your section na mo message dayon nga, ma'am, sorry for messaging you at this hour. I know kanang tigras time naman ni mo, so nalang ko'y concern erase, ma'am, or managid lang uta ko, ma'am. O at least I appreciate nga you will be informing me. There will be times, class, nga dili ko maka-reply right away. Please do not be offended, ha. Na-timingan na jud nga magsapaw-sapaw ang mga messages, dili na matabunan na ang inyong GC, or naa sa message request makalimot kog open. So there are times nga I forget to get back to you, or in my mind naka-reply na ko pero wala pa di ko naka-reply. So i-follow up lang ko, no, mo reply ra man jud ko, pero kanang kundi ko maka-reply doesn't mean I'm ignoring you, no. It means either natabunan ra jud siya, wala ko nakakita, or nasa message request, and then you just have to do follow up so that I can respond, no. And then mabalik siya sa baba, makita na pod nako siya balik. And the next, be active and engage participants in the learning program. As much as possible, maglikay-likay taan ng mag-submit ta o late, no, because I will be submitting to Ma'am Lizelle your prelim, midterm, and final grades every time we are done with our summative exams, no. So, many mga summative exams. So, prelim, midterm, final exams. So, mo maging prelim exams, mag-checking na kuan na unya na kay mga 5 missing outputs sa prelim nya ning take ra ka diretso og exam, wala kay comply, so makaapekto siya po na sa imong grado. As much as possible to avoid that, because I really do not like to fail my students if kuha na jud no kuha na jud ko muhatag na jud ko og line of 7 if they really deserve it, if wala jud ga update, wala jud siya ga submit og mga outputs on time, if exam ra siya mo to nga, so mura guro na nga time nga okay, mura guro na nga time nga muhatag kog kanang line of 7 nga grade. So please, if you don't want to receive that kind of grade, especially sa mga naay scholarship, so if I post something like an activity, you answer right away. Or if you have time, o pwede man kanang before sa date sa deadline, you have to submit that so that mag-compute na gani ko sa grades na ako ika-compute kay nag-submit man ka, and then maka-check ko na amang kay score. So ga-check ra buka na sa Google Classroom no, and then nakita man na dira kinsa ang wala ka turn in kay every time nga naay mo submit mo check man jud ko ana, so makita dira kinsa mga walay mga submissions, wala nag-take exam. Okay, so kay mali pa man pud tanong mga line of 9 inyong grado if you really deserve it. Okay? Di man ako na ipagkait ang mga line of 9 basta deserving lang. No kana makita pud nako nga wala gasalig sa AI, murag dili gi-google ang answer, ga-submit pud sila on time, wala ga paabot nga sige pa ko og remind no, kanang wala jud sila na miss out nga activities and exams, then why not no? Di na ko ipagkait ang line of 9 nga grade if you really deserve it. Okay, so we have guidelines on our flipped classroom. So to ensure nga ma-focus japon mo sa klase, I know this is not really the same for all of the students no. There are times nga sa inyong lugar medyo dili man siya conducive ma'am. Pero sige lang, if you can find an area wherein there's a strong internet connection, there's good lighting, and then madunggan po ko ninyo no, if you can hear me properly, the better. Okay, kay sa pagkakaroon online sa jud ta. Anyway, if you will miss out or di man strong internet connection, we have the recording available in our Google Classroom. Okay, so find a learning space for attending online classes. Make sure that you have good lighting, and then make sure that is free from distractions. If dili jud malikayan, sige lang no. Just find an area where you're comfortable and you can hear me clearly. Please be punctual in our online classes. Although I can still accept students masking late sila because I'm also in the other device no dire, pero mas maayo jud nga you're early so that you can still check your internet connection, you can still do technical check to avoid nga ma-disconnect ka from the class. There are times nga I will not really require you to turn on your camera because I understand no nga that it can affect the connectivity of your internet. So as long as I can still hear that you are active in listening to me, if I call your name, maka-respond raman Japon mo, then that is okay with me. Okay, ang kana ra jung manawag na gani ko, dili pa jud mutubag kay natulog na di ay, no? Gi-on ra ang kuan, ang Google Meet pero ning lakaw, di ba? Para as if nga nag-attend sa classes. So dili pod no. I understand your situation, but please do not take advantage of it. Okay? Do not take advantage of the generosity of your teachers. Okay, during online classes, please maintain respect at all times. When your instructor or your other classmate is explaining or speaking, please stay on mute mode. And then, you can make use of the chat box. It is a Google Meet if you want to raise a question. Basta as long as it's related to the class, dili ka ng mga nonsense questions kay dili dyan ako siya tubagon. Syempre, it can just add disruption to the class, no? And then if you want to call my attention because you want to raise a concern, like urgent yun siya nga concern nga very important, then you can click the raise hand button. Okay? And anyway, I will just acknowledge you if you have any concerns or questions. So ang video, that is optional. It really depends in your connection. If strong raman siya nga maka-turn on mo sa inyong camera, okay na siya. If medyo dili na audible imong voice if you turn on the camera, that is okay as long as you are listening and I know that you are listening to me. So please demonstrate respect and discipline. Like what I've said, if you feel the need to disagree, do so respectfully. Acknowledge valid points, and when you discuss in a way that is not offensive sa imuha nga classmate. I'm okay with you eating as long as it's not disruptive sa klase. Kana gani mag-turn on kag camera, then magkaon-kaon ka dili palaway nimo sa imong classmate, dili po din tao, no? If gigutom na jud ka, dili ka kaabot sa ato ang break time, you can eat as long as you are still listening to me. Okay?
Sorry,
Di mo na malikayan. Oh, okay, it's okay. Dili man siya na malikayan gutomon ta. That is really okay as long as you are listening. And then avoid lang jud nga mo kaon mo niya yung biyaan ng device. So mo na okay ra naman maminaw mo, no. Ang importante ana is di pa mo magutman, no. Mo hatag man ko og time ana class nga mo take ta og short break kay sige kanang marag medyo information overload naman kapoy na sigig atubang sa ato ang screen, and then sayang po kay sa data mo sige kuan sa ta 30 minutes break, then mingon ako please come back ani nga time, so balik jud mo. Okay, so gahatag ko ani sa inyo ha para comfortable pod mo, no. I know this is a very big adjustment for you nga okay man tani nga mag face to face classes ta, pero at least baski mag online class ta, comfortable ra japon mo, dili mo magkuan sa internet connection ninyo kay pwede ra man mo ka turn off sa camera basta maminaw lang, pwede ra man makaka-on basta maminaw lang. Okay, napatay free time. The course syllabus is already uploaded in your Google Classroom. So your course syllabus includes all of the activities that we are going to do in our class, as well as the references nga gigamit namo in our slides. Tanan, no? Mga nakalaan nga time ana in your course syllabus, so that you'll be aware what are the topics that will be discussed in our course nga THC 4. Then schedule of exams to be announced pa. Let us try to revisit our school calendar. So in our school calendar, you will see when is the schedule for our prelim, midterm, and final exams. So our major exams will still be online, pero kuan na siya, naka time limit. Okay, for those who cannot come in our hatag ko kuan ha code. So kung dili mo makasulod class, I'll be giving out a code. So unsa man ni siya? Di ba usually mo click tag link, automatic na siya ma-connect sa inyong Google Meet. Ang sa code, wait akong i-check diri ha. Access ako kadali ha para at least makahatag kog code. GCX WWV. Okay, so please try to manually type the code. For your attendance ha, pag off ani sa Google Meet, automatic matagaan man ko ana og list sa mga students nga nagsulod sa ako ang Google Meet, and then ang duration sa pagstay nila. So may pwede nakanindot sa akong kano kay for the meantime nga wala pa ko'y class list gihatag from Ma'am Lizal. I'll check the one that she sent to me siguro gahapon pa to niya na send. So ako tong i-check para at least I can print out, and then mo na to kung gamiton for attendance. No, I'll be calling your attendance your names, no, in our attendance in our next meeting na lang. Okay, submission of outputs and projects should be before the scheduled exams. You have to remember, students, like what I've said, ga-compute ko sa inyo hang grades, and then ang sa man akong ginagamit pag-compute, syempre yun yung mga gipang submit nga outputs. If for example, in the entire prelim nagpa-activity ko 5 times. So there are 5 activities in prelim, and then nagpa-prelim exam pa jud, so 6, no? If wala ka anang 5 activities, wala kay score anang 5, and then naara kay score sa prelim exam, maningil na ko ana before ko mo submit sa grades. If dili pa jud ka mo respond, then pasensya na lang kung unsa ray naa nga score mo jud akong i-compute. So tanan si mahagbong jud ka. Diba? So you have to make sure nga you can submit outputs on time before the scheduled exams so that maka-check pod ko. No, please also be mindful on my part. Dili pod mo submit pod og super naka-late, no, kay for example, no, sa kuha pa lang daan sa Nonascos I have 4 sections. Dayon sa CSR na ako'y 5 ka buok classes, no. Lain pa na sila BSBA, tourism and education. So, tendency ana, no, mag-check po ako sa ilahang paper, mag-check po ko sa inyuhang outputs, mag-record pa ko, mag-compute ko sa inyuhang grades. So, if late mo submit, or for example, di mo submit on time, it will be very hard for me kay nagkanagay kog checkan, wala pa rin submit, wag to na po ko dito, ako na pong pangitaon, asa to ang inyuhang grading sheet, kay i-update na po na ako inyong score. So, please help me, no? Kay daghan kay kog i-compute nga grado, daghan kay kog i-record nga mga scores, o nya, if late pa jud ka mo submit, nya, nakasubmit na kog prelim, dili na to siya ma-cover, dili na to siya ma-credit ang imong gi-submit. Kay, midterm na good, nya, prelim pa nga mga activities ang imong gi-submit sa ako, too late na. Okay, on your part, at least you will receive a reasonable grade, di po ka ma-failed. On my part, it's easy for me to finish my grades, and then I can proceed to the other na pud nga section and other na pud nga classes. Kaya nahuman ako, kay gi-complete ninyo siya on time. Okay? So, ana lang, no? Let us be sensitive with the needs sa usag-usa. Now, you already did the getting to know you activity last week. Kay ang ako ani is syempre medyo maka-consume na siya sa time. Murag nag-brown out man pud to good sa first na ko nga meeting with section A. So wala na lang ko nagpa getting to know you session sa ilaha. Instead ako lang ipa-Google form para at least I can read your information and ma-familiarize po na ko inyong names. Sayang ganino kay wala po kabutang pod og kanang for picture para kaila jud ko sa inyong naong kay para sa nang moagto ko sa sagay. Kunya wala ko kabalo nga estudyante din ako to ang naagian nako from last year. So mo pod na siya ang naka-setback sa online class, no. Pero mo na I really want to know you, each one of you, and then I want to read your expectations for the school year. Okay, so that is it for our guidelines in our class and also mga policies and what is expected of you during our class in THC4. So it's 6:22. We will take a short break of at least ilan ka minutes, no? Siguro you will return at by 6:45. Okay, 6:22 na sa akong time. Please return by 6:45. We are going to start now with our discussion on lesson 1. So ditso na dayon tano kay we weren't able to meet last week. Supposedly karon is the start of our lesson 1. We only meet once a week, and as much as possible we will maximize our time so that wala tay ma-waste, no, and then taas ang ato ang coverage. Okay? So we will take a short break of at least pila ka minutes lang, no, before mag 7, be back by 6:45. Then we can resume with our lesson 1, Introduction to Tourism and Hospitality. Okay? So okay ra ba na sa tanan? Basta balik lang jud mo ha, dili kay kausa ra mo kuan kay ang attendance ani. Same link ra Japon. Di man ako ni siya i-turn off.
Yes, me.
Okay. If you decide to leave the Google Meet room to save data, you can. Basta make sure to come back lang on time, okay? You can take your early dinner, magkaon-kaon mo magsima-sima, mag-water break, or mag-kuan lang, no, break from the screen. Then, once we come back, balik na taog klase na po, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. See you later at 6:45. See you later
Bye-bye,
at
ma'am.
6:45.
Bye-bye.
Para dili man mag-lag ang internet. So again, please tell your classmates, same link naman siya. Once nakasulod na sila kanina, they can still come back. The same link naman Japon. Okay. So, for tonight, I will be discussing the meaning and importance of tourism and hospitality. Actually, in the module, lesson 1 is very short, no? Pila lang siya ka-paragraph sa sa inyuhang module. So, some of this is ginkuha po nako sa book, nag-add ko gakuha po nga mga additional topics so that at least no mas daghan ta og um, mga terms no and topics nga ma-learn about the importance and meaning of tourism and hospitality. Okay? Wait lang. Okay. So, our first lesson is the meaning and importance of tourism. The learning objectives at the end of this lesson is you will be able to define tourism and also hospitality management or hospitality industry rather, and to differentiate tourist from excursionist. So, naman na siya ko ano nga kung day tours lang ka, dili ka overnight sa imuha nga stay sa usa ka destination, so dili na tourist ang tawag sa imuha kundi excursionist, no? So nanay mga detailed explanation on the difference between that. And then to understand the various elements of travel, use as a criteria for defining travelers and or tourists, to explain the nature of a tour, to elucidate the characteristics of a tourist product and a tourist destination, to compare tourism with other industries, and to appreciate the importance of tourism. Now, we will just end by 8. So, kung naay mga parts diri sa ato ang discussion nga dili na madala sa time, then we can just save it in the next meeting na lang. Okay? Then I will just give an activity as well. Every time that we have a lesson, magpa-activity jud ko right after. No, formative assessment lang. Na for me to know if you really learned something from our discussion sa lesson 1. Then lesson 2, another na pod nga lesson every time mahumanta sa usa ka discussion. So dili man pod grabe kalisod, no? Siguro ka ng mga constructed response nga mga activities, and then dili kay ko nang pala ka ng ano namin times mo quiz ta pero dili jud all the time kay kabalo jud ko i-google ra jud na ninyo, no? So to avoid that, most of it will be constructed response. Maski mo gamit mo AI or Google, I can really detect if you're using that, not only because of Turnitin, but as well as maklaro jud nimo, no? Syempre basta murag dili naman jud siya wala na may human touch, murag very ano pug kaayo siya na generated by AI, mabalaan man jud na nimo. So please, as much as possible, like what I've said a while ago, pwede naman siya ipangdungag-dungag pero di jud entirely gasalig lang jud sa technology or AI. No, you can even add your own understanding of the lesson or your own understanding of the question. Okay? So let us go to the definition of tourism. According to Professors Hunziker and Kraft of Bern University in Switzerland, they define tourism as the sum of the phenomena and relationships arising from the travel and stay of non-residents, insofar as they do not lead to permanent residence and are not connected to any earning activity. So, as long as you're traveling outside from the place of residence nimo, moagto ka sa lugar nga dili ka resident ana nga lugar, and dili pod siya permanent residence nga dira jud ka mo puyo na jud, murag ning bisita lang ka, and you do not earn anything from the trip, then that is tourism, according to Professors Hunziker and Kraft of Bern University. Ga-break atong voice, no? O din siya basta straight classic class, no? So the second definition of tourism is from the Tourism Society in Britain. So they define tourism as the temporary short-term movement of people to destinations outside the places where they normally live and work, and their activities during their stay at these destinations. So very similar to the first definition, class, no? Short-term movement, temporary lang. When you travel outside of your place of residence, for example, your place of residence is Sagay, and then mo travel ka to Bacolod or to Iloilo. So dili man ka resident sa Iloilo, no, murag ning bisita lang ka dito. And pag agto nimo dito, not for the purpose of permanent residency, di man ingon nga mopuyo jud ka dito, ning bisita ra ka short term or temporary lang sa Iloilo for 3 days, then that is tourism. At the same time, when you go to Iloilo, you're not earning anything from that trip. Instead, you are spending money. Okay? Kaya if you're earning money, then that is work already. That is not tourism. Okay? Kaya ang tourism is more on leisure activities, no? For relaxation, mo spend yung kag money, syempre. Kaya kung mo-earn ka, trabaho naman na siya. And that is not the purpose of tourism. So, tourism is also defined by the Tourism Society in Cardiff as uh, a set of particular activities selected by choice and undertaken outside the home environment. So, meaning it is your decision to really go outside of your place of residence or home environment in order for you to relax and not earn money. So, kani silang tulo, same ra jud og idea, class. Number one, tourism is traveling outside of your place of residence. So, I'm from Sagay, for example. I'm going to travel to Cebu. I am not a resident of Cebu, and I do not plan to become a resident of Cebu and stay there permanently. I'm going to just visit there temporary. Temporary lang jud, like mga 3 days lang. And then, I'm not going to Cebu for work purposes, but I'm going there to relax. So, syempre, mo spend jud ko og money for me to relax, no? Mo stay ko sa hotel or sa resort, mukaon kog nami nga mga pagkaon, then I'm not earning money, but I'm spending instead. Okay? So, muna ang whole context of tourism from these three different nga mga definitions, but basically, they're very similar, no? So, Burkhardt and Medlick also cited 5 main characteristics of tourism. So, for them, tourism is a combination of phenomena and relationships. What do we mean by phenomena and relationships? Di ba kung magto ka sa lugar, you experience, let's say, magto ka Cebu, no? You experience Sinulog itself, no? The mere fact that you are there, no, in that situation, experiencing Sinulog, no, being immersed in their festivities, that is the phenomena, okay? The situation. And then the relationship on the part of tourism is when you interact with tour and travel operators to help arrange your tours, your tour in Cebu. Instead nga ikaw mo book sa imuhang transportation, instead ikaw ang mo book sa imong hotel room, na ay travel agency nga mo help nimo ana. All you have to do is just pay them and they will arrange all of your travel needs. So, muna mong first interaction. Then, when you get to Cebu, you interact with the locals there, you made friends, you've learned sa mga day-to-day activities and culture sa mga Cebuanos, then that is also an example of relationship. So, your interaction with tourism service providers, your interaction with the locals in that place for you to be immersed in their culture, that is an example of relationship. So, tourism is a combination of the situation or the phenomena or the experience, and also a combination of relationships that you make once you travel and meet different people. So, tourism has two essential elements: the dynamic element or the journey, and the static element or the stay. Okay, wait na for a while. Wait lang ha kayo nag-message. Please inform your classmates there is a code. If they cannot click the link, they can just manually, they will have to go to Google Meet, no, sa sa app, and then ibutang lang nila sa join meeting, then yun enter code. So ang enter code, nara po siya sa link, actually nakabutang ka ng USU AGZXWVM. Okay? So, mauni siya ang code. If dili ta kasulod using the link, you can make use of the code. I-type lang manually. So, ginmute ko na lang ang iba, no? Kay para di kan mag-disrupt sa class. So, let us continue. The tourism industry has two essential elements. So, the dynamic element or the journey and the static element or the stay. When we talk about dynamic element, so for example, you're from Sagay, you're traveling to Iloilo, so moagi pa ka sa Bacolod, then Bacolod to Iloilo. Kanang imuhang pagbiyahe from Sagay to Bacolod to Iloilo, that is a dynamic element. You're moving. From the word dynamic, you're moving. It's the journey. It's the journey of getting there. Okay, somebody has raised their hand. Okay, wait lang. Mm, yes, somebody has raised a concern. You can unmute yourself. Unsa man ato ang concern?
Si Mariel to, ma'am.
Yes, Mariel. Okay, basta napindutan lang, no? Okay. So, let us continue. Muna siya, no, from the word dynamic, so you're moving. The journey of getting there. The journey from your place of residence, imuhang starting point, down to the destination itself. So, that is the dynamic element. Then, once maabot na ka sa Iloilo, that is the static element, from the word static, or stay. So, mo na po na siya. Pag-abot mo dito, you partake in different tourism activities. You go to museum sa Iloilo, you go to the mall. So, na nakadira sa destination, you stay there. You do not travel anymore outside of Iloilo because you are already there. And you're basically enjoying yourself in the different facilities, infrastructures, mga heritage sites sa Iloilo. Then, that is already the static element or the stay. Okay? Nagpabilin na kadira. The third one is the journey and the stay are to and fro destinations outside of. Okay, please inform your classmate. Di nang you call. Click siguro siya ng search contacts or dial. Makasulod rin na siya. Makasulod rin na sila basta search contacts or dial. Then ay makagawas nila enter meet code. Okay, search or enter code. Hopefully, they'll be able to download the Google Meet app katong dili tong green na po to katong more colorful. So, basin sayop nga app ilahang na download. Please make sure if kato lang koan Google Meet nga katong colorful dili tong green katong na ay red, yellow, same color sa Chrome nga app and sa Google Drive nga app. So, if they can download that once they open it, and then para may magawa search or enter code, then sa ubos na ay enter meet code, you enter the link manually. Sometimes there are multiple replicas of Google Meet. Maybe the replica will work on an Android or any phone, and then sa uban abi nga phone dili na pud siya mogana, no? So sometimes mo jud na siya. We will just have to explore another na pud nga app. Same Japan Google Meet pero ang kato lang same sa Google Chrome o Color. Usually lahi siya og mugawas eh. Ang mugawas sa ako is kaning koan. Search or enter code. Sige lang, I understand if the others cannot join. Anyway, the session is recorded. Maybe next time, they will do something, no, or explore lang ang application, mag-testing lang mo para next time dili man ka miss out sa discussion. Okay, wait lang. Okay, the next one is the third one is the journey and the stay to and fro outside the place of residence and work. So like what I've said from the definition sa tourism, dapat ang imuhang dynamic element must be done outside the place of residence and work. If you are living in Sagay and you're working in Bacolod, but you're just merely traveling from Sagay to Bacolod and you're earning money once you travel to Bacolod, that is not tourism anymore. You're just merely traveling for work. Okay? So, dapat kung mo travel ka, it has to be outside the place where you live and outside the place where you work. Even if you do not live in Bacolod, but you are working there and you're earning money, that is no longer tourism. Okay? Next one, the movement to destination is temporary and short term, with the intention to return within a few days, weeks, or months. So, when you travel to a certain destination, you're not going to stay there for a long time. That means, class, dili ka mo stay more than 12 months. If you are going to stay in that destination for more than 12 months, you are already migrating. Okay? Although dili makamatawag nga resident dira kung kuan jud no kay imuhang record sabi is dito man jud sa lugar kung asa ka nagdako. Pero for example, ning stay ka dira more than 12 months or more than a year, then you're basically migrating to that place anymore and you're not already called a tourist. Okay? So tourism dapat temporary lang with the intention to come back. Okay? So, agto ka dito sa lugar, and then mo stay kag mga 3 months, 4 months, okay na siya. Then, you come back to the place where you live. And then, kung less than 24 hours, okay man siya, that is still tourism activity, pero dili na tourist ang tawag sa imuha. Later on, we will get to that. The fifth one, destinations are visited for purposes not connected with paid work, like what I've said. That is not to be employed and not for business or vocational reasons. So, tourism activities intended is for you to spend money. If you're earning money, that is no longer tourism. Okay? That is already work. Now, let us define the hospitality industry. I was not able to edit this one. So, nag-add ko og hospitality industry because THC4 also involves the hospitality industry. So, in hospitality industry, it is derived from the Latin word hospitare, meaning to receive as a guest. It refers to the act of providing food, beverages, and comfortable accommodation to travelers. Now, the hospitality industry and the tourism industry work hand in hand. Kung saan pa na siya class, the tourism industry is a big umbrella, and under that umbrella also falls the hospitality industry. Because if you go to a certain place to enjoy different tourism activities, like mo stay ko aning beach resort, or mo stay ko aning mountain resort, no, that is already tourism, unya, mo book pa jud kag accommodation, you make use of transportation, mangita kag restaurant to eat food, then that is under hospitality. Okay, so later on ako pa dyan nang i-discuss further the relationship ni hospitality and tourism. So hospitality management involves the planning, directing, monitoring, and restaurant and travel and tourism, institutional management, recreational management, meeting and convention planning industries. The hospitality industry encompasses businesses that provide accommodation, events and recreational venues, food and beverage entertainment to the travelers. So, ang role ni hospitality industry is mag-provide siya accommodation, like mga hotels, inns, lodging houses, muna siya, no, accommodation. Ang events and recreational venues, so, syempre, no, kanang mga function halls, convention centers, and then food and beverage, so, either built-in na siya sa hotel, kaya naa sila F&B department or food and beverage department, which is divided into two. We have food and beverage production, which is ang kanang tigluto, no, dira sa kitchen. Food and beverage service, which is ang kanang mga waiters and waitresses. Okay. So, kana siya, mao na siya under hospitality management. The hospitality management complements the tourism industry because it will not be called a successful tourism destination kung wala kay accommodation, wala kay food and beverage, wala mga recreational venues. Recreational venues rather are ano kanang mga things where you make recreational activities like for example, hiking, trekking, mga ingana, no? So, kung walay mga ingana nga venues class like F&B, accommodation, dili jud mag-enjoy ang tourist sa usa ka tourism destination. Kay for example, maagto siya ng beautiful falls. Pagkahuman ana, asa man ta matulog na abtan ta gabi asa ta mukaon wala may kan-anan diri. So ang overall experience ni tourist dili Japon siya happy kay tungod wala may mga services nga maka-provide og comfort sa iyaha, a home away from home, and that is accommodation, hotels, food and beverage, mga restaurants, nga maoy ma-provide ni hospitality industry. Okay? So again, they go hand in hand. No? Si tourism and si hospitality. One cannot exist without the other. Okay? Is that clear? We're able to understand its concept? Ay, sorry, wala di ko kakuan sa inyo. No? Just click the raise hand button if you can understand. Okay. Very good. So, you can still make use of the chat box ha kung na may gusto isulti. Basahan naman ako na. Let us proceed to comparing tourism and hospitality, students, okay? So before we look at the connection between hospitality and tourism, let us first review exactly what the hospitality industry is. We already established a while ago what is the tourism industry, so dili na punta sa hospitality. So si hospitality industry is an industry that offers services to us that goes beyond our basic needs and generally require extra income to purchase. These services include things like accommodation, restaurants, dili na pod ma-insert si transportation, and leisure activities. So every time a tourist stays in the hotel, grabs a dinner at a nice restaurant, hires a tour guide, or flies on an airplane, she or he is supporting the hospitality industry. Okay? Now, sa tourism na punta, when the tourist travels somewhere for pleasure, like what I've said, no? Outside sa place of residence niya, mobiyahe siya for pleasure and not for work purposes, he or she is taking part in tourism. Because tourism is the act of visiting places for enjoyment purposes. Tourism happens when tourists travel to different places with the intention of participating in leisure activities. To put it simply, for example, I have decided to go to Bantayan Island to relax, no? Or to unwind. My decision itself to go to Bantayan and also to partake in any leisure activities there, that is already supporting the tourism industry. Kay giplano naman nimo siya and you have the intention to really go there. Now, when you book a room and then nag-hire kag tour guide or when you book a plane ticket, you are supporting the hospitality industry. Pag abutin mo dito sa hotel, ningkaon pa jud ka sa restaurant, that is already part of the hospitality industry na. So that is why they are closely connected with each other. The hospitality industry cannot exist without the tourism industry. And the tourism industry cannot exist without the hospitality industry. So, mananaw, tourism affect hospitality, hospitality affect tourism. So, to put it simply, so both hospitality and tourism industry promote each other and they interact with each other. So they are interconnected. Both of them makes a vital contribution to the national economy and promote the development of the society. Why is that so? O take for example, nindot kaayo nga falls sa inyong lugar. Ito lang ibutang. Na-discover siya sa mga tao who are not from your place. Na yung mga outsiders na naabot dito, nakakita sila sa falls, wala pa kayo siya na-develop, pero like it's very attractive, no? Nindot kayo ang falls. So, na-viral siya, na-post sa Facebook, daghan nung kay interested nga mo visit sa inyong lugar just to see the falls for themselves, no? Kanang gusto nila nga makitaan jud nila ang falls in their own eyes, no? Now, nabantayan man sa inyong city tourism office or your local government unit nga daghan naman kaayo ang influx of tourists. So sa maning influx of tourists kanang tourist arrivals ba, no? Daghan kay nangabot nga mga turista interested to see the beautiful falls, natural nga falls sa inyuhang lugar. So, nabantayan nila nga daghan kay mga turista, ay, hala, we can capitalize on this, no? Ato aning ko ano, no? Ato aning i-take advantage. We will really make use, no, of the presence of the tourists in developing infrastructures. Kay pag abot sa mga turista, duha raman ka book hotel, asa man mo stay ang uban. So there is a need to build more infrastructures or accommodation establishments. So mga private sector, o sige, magtukod sila mga hotels, and then naay mga small business owners nga, sige, magkuan kong mga kananan, kay kita na ko daghan na kag ning agto nga mga turista, gamay ra kayong kananan sa tong lugar. So take na ko ning opportunity, no? So na nag-develop na daghan na kay kanang kuan infrastructures nga na-built na mga hotels, mga kananan, mga leisure venues, mga additional amenities. Yeah, they have another problem, no, shortage of manpower. So karon kay na naman ning mga infrastructures, kinahanglan tag mga empleyado to work for these infrastructures nga atong gi-build. Kay mga bag-o man nga mga infrastructures to meet the needs of our tourists nga sigirag agto sa tong lugar. So, for example, in Sagay, no, Sagay na siya natabo. So kamo nga mga ning graduate from Unesco's, for example, you are in the hospitality, and then ang isa tourism pa jud, no, katong BSTM, hospitality and tourism industry, kamoy i-hire to fill on those vacant positions. And then what would that mean, no? That would mean nga you will have source of income na kaya naman mo'y trabaho instead mo tambay mo. And if you have jobs, you can also contribute to taxes. Kaya syempre, basta na kayo trabaho, we pay taxes biya, di ba, no? And then, ang kanang taxes that can contribute to our national fund. And our national fund can be used to help support and build more infrastructures for our country. That can help promoting and improve or develop the economy, not just with the city of Sagay, but for the Philippines po as a whole. So muna na kanindot sa tourism and hospitality class, no, dapat tagaan siyang importance because basically it's one of the biggest money making industries for our economy. Kaya it can help generate jobs, it can help provide income, no, and then mga small business owners makatabang man na sa ilaha nga mag-build sila og business, ang community matagaag trabaho, pananglitan para sa anang sa kuano sa Sipaway. So last year nakuan man ang Sipaway as one of the most visited destinations in Negros Occidental when it comes to day tours. Moingon gitag day tours class, muagto ra siya dira during the morning, muuli sila inig kahapon. Dili sila mag-overnight stay. Excursionist ang tawag sa mga tao nga ingana, no? Excursion. Day tour lang na siya. So, nakita man nga si Sipaway, daghan kaayog mga turista na ngagto, kay syempre kanang daghan magpakulo ang mga homestay owners dito. And then ang uban gani nga mga homestay places ito nindot kay mga beach, and then ay mga crystal kayak, no, nga ilang gi-replicate sa Boracay, na mga floating cottage, and then very affordable ra pa jud. Seeing nga ingana nakadaghan ang turista sa Sipaway, the community can take that opportunity by providing jobs to the locals in Sipaway. O sila'y mubantay sa mga different nga like mga beach resorts dito sa Sipaway, no, na sila trabaho dito sa mga beach resorts, or magtukod sila ilang mga tindahan, mga kananan, no, kaya syempre mangita man nagkananan ang mga turista. So that is how people can really benefit from tourism, and if they have jobs, they can earn an income, they can also help contribute to taxes. Okay? And then when there is contribution to taxes, that can contribute to the national fund and eventually help develop our economy. Okay? Mugamay ang percentage sa unemployed. Sige, nag-crack kong voice, no? So, if you look at hospitality, what falls under that? We have the accommodation, food and beverage, timeshare, events and entertainment. And under tourism, you have attractions, transportation, tour operators, tourism, and information centers. So basically, they work hand in hand. The tourism industry cannot live without the hospitality industry. Kay accommodation, food and beverage complements the experience of the tourist. If you provide them with kay mo man ang basic needs jud, di ba? Mo na yung mga physiological needs sa usa ka tawo, di ba? We need food and shelter. And if you go to a certain place where there is no food and shelter, walay accommodation, walay kan-anan, inutod ang lugar, pero maot kay mong experience dito, magutman ka. You do not have a roof um above your head, no, nga mo kuan, mo protect nimo kung maagabian ka, 'di ba? So mapod na siya. So hospitality and tourism cannot be separated. An area where there is good hotel and restaurant resources can attract more tourists. People search for better accommodation and dining location so that the hospitality industry should be regarded seriously. So tourism developed area have higher demand for the hotel. More tourist needs, more place to live and relax. These two industries not only not only can bring income to promote the national economy, but they can also help solve the problem of unemployment with the development of the society. Human activities promote the development of many industries. So again, hospitality and tourism are two of these industries that can provide employment and help develop the economy. They cannot be separated. They complement and help each other. So let's now proceed to the meaning of tourist. So we define tourist as a person who visits a country other than that in which he usually resides for a period of at least 24 hours. So matawag kag turista if mag-overnight stay jud ka. Like what I've said, if less than 24 hours, you are not called a tourist. But the activities that you do, as long as it is for pleasure and not for work purposes, and you travel outside your place of residence, that is still an act of tourism. So atong i-compare, si tourists, they are temporary visitors because they're going to come back to where they live and they're just only going to stay in another destination for at least 24 hours. And their purpose could be classified, for example, for leisure, for business, for family, for mission, and for meeting. While the excursionists, on the other hand, these are temporary visitors and they stay less than 24 hours in the destination visited. They do not make an overnight stay. Appeal sa excursionists ang mga cruise travelers. Nga naman, usually, di ba, sa cruise tours, unsay matabo, di ba, they transfer from one country to another. When they drop off, or let's say, o magdock sa sila kadali for 5 hours abi sa kani nga lugar. Munaog ang mga turista or mga cruise travelers from the cruise ship, munaog sila abi sa Italy, for example, or sa coast sa LA. And then naog sila kadali, dayon mo stay sila for 5 hours, and then basta mahuman na ma-consume na ng 5 hours nga maglaag-laag sa LA, balik sila sa cruise ship, balhin na pod sa next nga destination or next nga country. So muna na-appeal si cruise traveler because they're only staying temporarily, less than 24 hours, tag 5 hours, 3 hours lang sila, depende na sa captain sa cruise ship. Okay. Let's now proceed to the elements of travel. So, unsa man ning mga elements of travel? So, naaning murag, di man yung guidelines, no? But, naaning mga gina-consider nga elements for it to be called tourism, for it to be called like travel na dyan, no? Kay, for example, travel ka pero nara ka dira sa inyong tugkaran ning travel, di man na travel, mara kag kanang ning walk lang ka dira, no? But, traveling means that atong i-consider ang length sa distance, ang kalayoon, ang length of stay at the destination, ang residence sa traveler, and the purpose of travel. So, the first one is distance. So again, dapat mubiyahe ka outside of your place of residence and at least 100 miles away from your home and you have to return. Okay? So, sa distance, at least 100 miles, pataas. So, basta less than 100 miles, dili pa na siya considered travel. Malapas na ana, that is travel already. Okay? So, the second one is the length of stay at the destination. So, the length of stay at the destination, like what I've said, dapat at least overnight stay. Dili pud ka maabot og more than 12 years nga magstay ana nga destination. So, dapat less than 12 months and then more than 24 hours. Residence of the traveler, so dapat dili siya residente sa lugar kung asa siya nag-travel. Purpose of travel, like what I've mentioned, as long as you're not earning money and it is for leisure purposes or business, pwede man, or for health reasons or educational reasons, pwede rin na siya as elements of travel. Kaya we have such thing na already as edutourism. Ang edutourism is educational tourism. So, I mean, you travel to a certain country because you want to study there. Temporary rin imong pagstay dira right after your education, or mag-seminar mo dira, no? Magtuk ka sa kaninga lugar kay you want to learn something through your seminars and workshops. So, pwede na siya. Pwede po ng purpose sa business. So, for example, same ra po no, meetings ra, or nara kay mga transactions but you're not really earning money, you're just making connections with other businesses, then pwede po na siya as one of the purpose for travel. There are types of tourism. I think you already know what this is, no? You have domestic tourism and international tourism. When we talk about domestic tourism, unsa man ni siya? Mag-travel ka within the country. Dili ka mo travel outside or abroad. So, dira ka mag-need og visa or passport. Pero mo nga nagitag international tourism, you are traveling outside your country of origin. So you travel outside the Philippines if you are born and raised in the Philippines. And you will need a visa and a passport. Okay? Agi pa ka sa immigration officer. That's international tourism. Okay, just to clarify, the independent inclusive tour, kung na lang ning i-correct, no? Kay basin ma-confuse ang tanan. Ma-confuse ang all. Okay. We will fix that. For there will be no confusion. Okay. So let's proceed to the nature of a tour. So we have this so-called inclusive tour. Under ana, pwede ta mag-independent inclusive or group inclusive tour. We also have the independent tour. So what does this mean, no? Inclusive tour is when you will not purchase all the tourist services yourself. For example, let me explain this in a simple manner. For example, I want to travel to Korea, but I'm really afraid to go there alone because I dili man ko kabisado, no? I'm not familiar with Korea or the places where I should go, napay language barrier. So kay okay ra na ma'am kay kanang giskim ko lantaw og K-drama, so that will just help me. Unya may mga instances nga there will be words and language that you cannot understand. So probably no, that could also pose as a issue or concern sa imuha once mo travel there and then di nakaka-understand silang language. So for example, nga na lang no nga, I'm afraid to go there because I'm not familiar with the place. I'm not familiar with where to go, where to stay nga that is affordable, where to eat nga dili pod ko mahutag allowance, no? At the same time, I'm also afraid because there is a language barrier. So instead of purchasing different tourist services like accommodation, plane tickets, or booking sa car rentals, or mag-book ba ko ron sa reservation sa restaurant by myself, I will not really hire, but I will go to a tour and travel agency. I will ask the help of a travel agent and a tour operator. So sila na'y bahala mo asikaso sa tanan nga mga travel needs nako for my trip to Korea. sila na mo book sa akong flights, sila na mo book sa akong hotel. If I need a car rental, sila na mo asikaso ana. If I need a tour guide to help me during my tour dito sa Korea, sila na po mo arrange ana. Mga reservations sa kananan because I'm not familiar, sila na bahalaan na. They work closely with the tour guide, and that is inclusive tour. Naka-tour package na siya. Okay? Naka-tour package na siya, sila na i-arrange tanan, i-customize na po nila based sa imuhang mga preferences. All you have to do is to just pay. All you have to do is to just discuss your preferences with the travel agent and the tour operator. The travel agent will act as the middleman. Marag siya ang, kung saan pa na, marag siya salesman. Siya mo endorse nimo sa kani mga different tour packages nga ready-made na nila, or kung dinan kag customize siya pud ana mo endorse ana sa imuha, while ang the one who will arrange all of your travel needs, your accommodation, your flight, your tour guide, is si tour operator. Because gagamit na sila og Amadeus and Galileo, which is a global distribution system, for them to easily book your flight and book your hotel room. Okay? So, si tour operator and travel agent mutabang na nimo para hassle-free imong travel. Dili na nga ikaw pa mismo mo agto sa Trivago, mangita pa kag hotel. Ikaw pa mismo mo agto sa website sa Philippine Airlines mo book og flight. Ikaw pa mangitag tour guide dito sa Facebook, no, looking for ngayon na ing ana if ginsay maka kuan nimo. So ikaw pa tanan, no, so dili na ing ana. An inclusive tour, they will do everything for you. All you have to do is just pay and ano, discuss your preferences like what I've said with the tour operator and travel agent. Now, there are two types of inclusive tour. You have the independent inclusive tour, meaning naka-tour package na ka, ready na tanan for you, pero ikaw ra usa. And then optional na ni if nakay kuyog nga tour guide. Kay namanggoy uban class, masyag cafeteria style nga tour package nga you can choose either to include a tour guide or not. You could choose if either to include restaurant reservations or not. Kaya na may times nga, akong gusto ra is kamuray mo book sa ako ang room and sa ako ang plane seat, no, or akong plane ticket. Pero ako nalay bahala mangita sa kananan. I will just have to explore Korea by myself. Na may mga ingana. Kaya pwede man ta ka-customize based on our needs. Pero ikaw, kung wala dyan kay salig sa imong self, o pwede ka mag total package na dyan na tour guide, na mga kananan, kabalo na ka anang nakasat na kung asa ka mukaon, no, nakasat na yung mga activities for the day. So in independent inclusive tour, ikaw ra usa, optional if you have tour guide or not. Ang group inclusive tour, there is also still tour package, but the only difference lang is na kay mga kauban. Either kaila ka ana nila tanan or dili mo kaila. Na may uban mga group inclusive tour gikuyog ra sila. Like, ay, unsay preference mo ma'am? You will travel alone or you will go with a group? If wala kay friends or di nimo kay imong family or coworkers, we can put you in a group nga parehas mo og mga interest or same mo og age, no? Same mo og age. So, mo pa na, no? Either you know the people that you go with sa group inclusive tour or ibutang na ka sa ka-grupo nga parehas mong interest, parehas mong edad. Okay? So we're able to get all of that. Do you have any questions? I will try to let you unmute. Wait lang. If you have questions, you can make use also of the chat box, no? Okay, so were you able to understand all of that, students? You can unmute na. Okay, Ra, or... Naklaro ra, or do you want to... Nakagats ra ang tanan? Okay lang? Okay. So, let us proceed to independent tour. So, ang independent tour, wala siya inclusive, no? Ang independent tour is more on ikaw lang usa tanan. So ikaw na mismo mag-book sa imong hotel room, manual, no? So ikaw na lang jud tanan, wala kay help from the travel agent, wala kay help from the tour guide or tour operator. But you have to you have to remember nga ang inclusive tour medyo expensive jud siya class kay syempre you're paying the services of the tour and travel agency. You're paying also additional sa katong tour guide. So medyo pricey lang jud siya, pero at least it's hassle free. Ang independent tour, you have to do it yourself, by yourself. So, ikaw na lang mangita dito sa website, mangita kag mga promo sa plate no, sa eroplano, mangita kag mga hotels nga cheaper and walking distance sa mga destinations nga kaadtuan nimo. So, medyo hassle siya because you have to do all the transactions yourself. But it's cheaper because you can compare prices. Okay? Okay, you have the choice mong good to book in that hotel or not. Okay, let us proceed to the tourist product. So the tourist product consists of what the tourist buys. In a wider sense, the tourist product is a combination of what the tourist does at the destination and the services he uses during the stay. So there are four characteristics of a tourist product class. No, although it is not tangible, but our tourist will pay a lot of money for our tourist product. Unsa man itong mga tourist product, no, daghan kay klase, no. For example, you're paying the hotel, no, and then you're booking a room, no, and then you're paying the hotel to provide you with amenities nga can provide you with comfort. So take for example, mobayad ko og 4,000 per night. Pero expected na siya nga nanay mo clean sa akong room, nya kanang akong mga amenities kay provided na tanan sa akong hotel room, nindot akong room maka-relax ko. O mga things like that, no, I can enjoy other amenities like swimming pool ito sa hotel, rooftop bar, kanang mga ingana, no. Dili man tangible na siya kay syempre di man nimo madala ang hotel room sa inyong balay, but you're paying for the experience nga comfortable ka. Okay? A tourist product is not tangible, but you're basically paying for the experience. Okay? Or maybe if you want to go to Boracay, no, you cannot bring Boracay with you. Sige mo kam, dala mo kog kanang sand, no, pero di man jud tibok Boracay imong madala dito sa balay ninyo, no, di man na siya pareha sa any tangible product in a grocery store nga you can bring it at home. You can store it if dili na siya magamit. Pero sa tourist product dili nimo siya ma-store, dili pod nimo siya mahikap, but you're paying for the experience, for you to feel good or for you to be comfortable. Okay, for you to be happy o mga ana. So there's so many characteristics of a tourist product. Number one, it's service. Syempre, the hospitality and tourism service-oriented industry jud siya. Okay? We capitalize on human resources. No, syempre kinahanglan man kag mga hoteliers, no, nga for example, mo assist sa front office sa katong gusto mo check-in sa hotel, katong mo clean sa mga rooms, housekeeping, mo provide og food and beverage department. Okay? Katong mo help carry sa imong bags, no, mga bellboy, no, mga ingana, no, help provide nimo information about destination sa near sa lugar, no, like the concierge. So more siya on services. And then even gani pag agto nimo abi sa Boracay, no, or so sa lugar nga you're not familiar, you're availing the services of a tour guide. Or for example, someone will kanang mga human drone, sila kanang mo photograph sa inyo, ha, mo take beautiful photos and videos. You're paying for services, for experience. You're not, so mostly service oriented jud ang tourist product. Second, it's largely psychological in its attraction. So like what I've said, you're paying for experiences, you're paying for you to feel good, for you to have more memories. So usually we capitalize on the emotions and experiences of our tourists. So for them to keep on let's say going back sa ato ang tourist destination and avail our tourist services, you have to make sure nga they are comfortable, and you have to make sure that they are happy with their experience by what? By providing quality tourism services. Okay? Pag treat pa lang ninyo daan sa pag-book, or sa Paul, mo walk-in sila, mo check-in sila sa hotel, pag treat pa lang daan sa front office, pag atiman pa lang daan sa housekeeping, sa F&B, nindot kay pag-accommodate sa imong turista. So, they are happy na, no? They are happy, they are satisfied with the service sa hotel, they feel comfortable. So, when they are happy and they feel comfortable and satisfied, surely they will come back. So, that is why we capitalize on the emotions and experiences of our tourist or guest. That is why ang tourist product is very psychological, because it is more on emotions, feelings, experiences. Muna siya, no? Third one, it tends to vary in standard and quality over time. Now, in a tangible product sa grocery store, rest assured parihas ra na siya ang quality ana nila, kay usa ra na sila giagian nga manufacturing process. Take for example, sa 15 ka bottles of ketchup, same, rest assured nga same ra na ang quality, ang consistency sa ketchup, ang sabor sa ketchup og color, parihas ra jud na sila tanan og quality, because muagi man na siya og factory, 'di ba? So pag bottle ana, pag himuan ng ketchup, pag bottle ana, same ra na sila og process giagian. Kay syempre, it's under manufacturing or production, and gina-check siya sa quality control. Pero sa tourism industry class, dili man tangible atong product. Remember, atong product kay service, no? It's intangible. Pag provide nimo og service, paghatag nimo og food, that is intangible. Pag help nako nimo og book sa room, that is intangible. I'm just helping you become comfortable, and being comfortable cannot be touched. It is a feeling. So, you cannot measure, and you cannot actually make sure nga ang standard og quality sa service mag-maintain siya og and ma-sustain. Kay nga naman, di ba kinsa man ang ga-provide sa service? Di ba mga tao? So we rely on human resources. Lain sa kaayog robot ang mo'y muhatag og service ito sa hotel, no? Mas kinanata sa age of technology, magkinahanglan man Japon ta og tawo, no? Lahi ra jud ng human touch. So, for example, nag-hire kag housekeepers, front office nga associates, no, or receptionists and reservationists, nag-hire kag people sa F&B, mga waiter and waitresses, chef, no, cook. So, kani sila tanan mga empleyado sa imong hotel. Now, ang imong housekeeper 1 ug housekeeper 2, dili na sila parehas og quality of service. Nganuman, dili tawo na manufactured imong mga empleyado. They come from different families, lain-lain silang batasan. So, tendency, the kind of service that they provide to their guests is different. So, si housekeeper 1 might be accommodating or friendly sa iyang mga guest or customers, pero si housekeeper 2 dili sila same og energy. Maybe housekeeper 2 is medyo suplada or stricta siya nga kind of housekeeper. So mauna siya nga dili jud ta ka make sure nga parihas ang standard og quality sa tourism services nato. Kay ang mga ga-execute anang tourist services are people, no? Are human beings. And human beings are different. No, we have different characters, we have different behaviors, we undergo different experiences. So kung si housekeeper 1 very friendly and accommodating, nindot kay siya og quality service gi-provide sa ato ang guest, si housekeeper 2 maybe na siya pinagdadaanan, kigbuwag ko siyang uyab, bad trip kay siya, gidugo pa jud siya, no? So ang quality of service nga yang gi-provide might be not the same as the housekeeper 1. Okay? So, si housekeeper 2 might be ano kanang murag dili maayo ang service yang gi-provide kaysa sa usa, suplada siya, maldita siya, no, wala siya sa mood nga mo accommodate sa guest. So nga no, that is how difficult for our tourists to measure for our for our product to be measured because quality and standard can vary over time. Okay, dili siya fixed. Unlike sa manufacturing, rest assured fixed jud na siya kay syempre gaagi man siya og same process, manufacturing process, niagi siya sa factory, niagi siya quality control. Then the product is fixed. Okay? So, mingitag the product is fixed in the tourism industry, it means that unlike in the manufacturing industry class nga, for example, nagproduce ko og 15 bottles of ketchup. Lima lang usa akong ipagawas. Dayon ang the rest ako lang i-stock. So kung mahalin na tong 5, usa pa ko mapagawas sa pud og more na pud nga bottles of ketchup. So you can actually store and keep inventory of products in manufacturing. But in tourism, you cannot do inventory on that. Kay dili man naingon nga, for example, I have 15 rooms in my hotel. 5 ra ka book ang na-occupy. Ang 10 nga wala na-occupy, tagoon usa nato, ibutang sa nato sa storage room. Di man ka makaing-ana sa hotel. You cannot store hotel rooms, no? It's fixed. Kung pila ra imuhang hotel rooms, kung 15 na ka book imong hotel rooms, masking seasonal pa na siya, like for example, kung peak season pa na siya or lean season, may tag peak season class kanang fully booked jud siya, pista jud na, no? So daghan jud kay na mo book og hotel room kay tungod na pista, and then ang lean season man na siya ang medyo mingaw. So masking mag peak season or lean season pa na siya, the number of rooms will stay the same. Dili nimo na siya ma-store ang mga dili magamit nga rooms, magpabilin na siya dira. And every day you have to maintain those rooms masking wala na siya nagamit. Unlike sa manufacturing nga you can just store the bottles of ketchup in a place nga di siya madaot, unya tang pagawas kung mahutda na tag stocks, so dili ing ana ang tourist product. Okay? I hope you were able to understand all of that. Questions? I'll give you this time to unmute if you have question that is relevant to the topic. Okay. So, kung wala na, we will stop here. No, okay, it's almost 8 p.m. So, we will continue with the tourist destination. Actually, gamay na lang man no? 3 slides na lang siguro ni siya. Ano, ubay pa di ay, sorry. So, we will just finish this one next meeting so that ma-insert na lang po na ko ang activity right after the class. So, para at least makapahaway po tano kay it's almost 8. Dila na ko tiwaso ng 8 p.m. kay medyo na-carry sa powers, no? Sakit na kaayo sa tutunlan. I don't know if others can understand my Bisaya, no? Pero, I know all of you are also, kung po, no? Kay 8 p.m. na pod. So, almost 8 p.m. rather, 7:44 na sa kong time. So, we will just stop here. Para at least dili po maputol ang ato ang train of thought. We can introduce the tourist destination next meeting and then proceed with attractions, which is still part of the tourism destination. Okay, somebody raise their hand. Wait lang. Tawan ko ang in-call. Okay, sorry. Let me just unmute you. Wait lang for a while, ha. Okay, yes? May nag-raise of concern?
Miss, good evening. Pwede ko nagkapangayo sa imo copy sa presentation?
Sure. I will upload this one in our Google Classroom.
Sige, Miss. Thank you.
Sige. So, ito lang ibutang na siya sa Google Classroom para kung ibutang sa ato ang manggod nga GC matabunan ra siya, di ba? So nanay mga announcements dili na to malocate ang ato ang slide. So sa Google Classroom at least everything will be compiled there. You can also download it. Okay? So Google Classroom pwede ma-download, pwede ma-screenshot. And then even the recording is available in our Google Classroom.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Okay. So, tourist destination, and then the factors under the tourist destination will be discussed next meeting, together with tourist services and the importance of tourism. So, there are 8. And then right after that, no, discuss naman ako ang relationship of hospitality and tourism. Probably I'll give also an activity for you to answer. Okay? So, ato lang ning i-continue by next meeting. Do you have additional concerns and questions that you would like to raise? Wala na, okay? So, if wala na ta concerns and questions, wait lang, wait for a while. Okay, so now is the time for you to turn on your cam. We will have a documentation of our first meeting for our class. Okay, na nag-raise og hand. Okay, so document lang sa tong first meeting.
Hi.
Mag-turn on ang cam.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay. Wala naga-turn on akong cam kadali.
Cute Junelo.
What's up?
Cute
Undang sabong.
Kemi.
Okay, so once you are ready, so kindly give out your best smiles. 1, 2, 3. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So
Thank you,
before we will
Miss.
end, okay, before we will end,